I cannot imagine what took so long. But Charlemagne, if you guys know who Charlemagne is slowly, finally getting red pilled. He is getting himself off of the Democrat plantation of the mind. And if you don't know who Charlemagne is, I promise you, you've seen his face before. Here is where his awakening really should have started.
But I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
Yeah, that'll never get old, man. But this is where his red pilling or his awakening, whatever you want to call it, this is where it should have started. But it didn't. But it's kind of easy to understand why. You know, he was led to believe, he was abused by the machine until he was convinced that Donald Trump really was a Putin-loving, ultra-racist, existential threat. I mean, they really did make people believe all this stuff, that Donald Trump was a racist. They made people believe that Joe Biden was not the career racist, career segregationist that his record displays, proves that he is. They really did believe that Joe Biden was somehow the good guy. But there's no longer any question who is who and what is what.
You missed your high school graduation. You started college just as George Floyd was murdered. And there was a reckoning on race. It's natural to wonder if democracy you hear about actually works for you. What is democracy? If black men are being killed in the street, what is democracy? The trail of broken promises still leave black communities behind. What is democracy? You have to be 10 times better than anyone else to get a fair shot. And most of all, what does it mean, as we've heard before, to be a black man who loves his country, even if it doesn't love him back in equal measure?
This is without a doubt the worst, the most vile, the most unacceptable commencement address in the history of commencement addresses. I mean, and that is who the so-called good guy really is. And then this, just for a quick comparison, this is who the so-called evil, horrible, racist guy, this is who he really is.
We had the greatest economy in history. Everybody here, where you have a small business or if you had a job, you were getting more than you ever made. And we had no inflation. We had no 1.4%, considered none, considered better than none, because frankly, none in its own way is a bad thing also. We had a perfect number, 1.4%. It doesn't matter whether you're black or brown or white or whatever the hell color you are, it doesn't matter. We are all Americans, and we're going to pull together as Americans.
Yeah, I mean, so one guy, the apparent good guy, tells you that if you're black, you got to be 10 times better to get ahead in a country that really doesn't want you here anyway. And if you don't vote for him, then you're not really black to begin with. And the bad guy says, I don't care what color you are. We're all American. We're all in this together. And the people of the Bronx, they see it. They prove it.
Do you ever expect Donald Trump to come to the South?
Not really. No, never. Nobody else, I think, had done this. I think it's a good thing. It doesn't matter who it is.
I think I definitely am surprised. I don't think I would have expected him to come to the Bronx. So
actually, I think him being in the Bronx is pretty cool. So I was like, I'm gonna just go through and see. We were interested, so we took a walk over, and it's pretty cool to see the different diversity of people that came and are coming together for today.
That's what I was going to say. Have you ever gone to a Trump rally? Are you political at all? Or are you just curious about
No,
what's
I've
going
never
on?
been. I actually just came because he's in the Bronx.
I didn't expect it, to be honest, right here at Crotona Park in the South Bronx, but us people, we love Trump.
I don't know of any president that's ever come to the Bronx. Period.
Did you ever expect him to come here?
No, not at all. Not at all.
These people get it, man. And I think they get it because they've just been busy living their lives. They've just been busy getting by in Joe Biden's economy. You know, they are not the product of MSNBC and other propagandist lies. They hear him and they believe him and they know that we're all in this together. And if we're going to save this place, we have got to do it together. We have to do it together. I mean, and finally, you know, people with their own two eyes and their own two ears are experiencing in real time the real differences between these two guys. And they are finally waking up. Even Charlemagne is finally waking up.
President Biden would go to Morehouse and, make those statements when a lot of those issues, those problems he's contributed to, whether it was, the 86 mandatory minimum sentencing, whether it was the 88 crack law, the 94 crime bill. There's a lot of things that he, contributed to in regards to keeping, the black man down. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just interesting that he would go to Morehouse and talk like that. You're the president of the United States of America. You are the person that, we are looking to, at least, if not change some of those things, speak to changing some of those things, because you contributed to so much of that.
And this is where it begins, man. I mean, folks, they're finally starting to realize that the people they expected to somehow help them, and really the ones causing most of their problems historically, they have done things that have made life worse for everybody, not better for anybody. And people like Charlemagne, they expected them to fix those things. And if you can't actually fix them, he just wanted them to speak to fixing them. That's a pretty damn low bar when you think about it. I mean, you don't even need to fix something, but can you at least just talk about fixing it? And a guy like Joe Biden, he won't even do that. So here's where we are, man. Do we want a government that just pays us lip service and just continues to promise handouts, give us things that don't even work? Or do we want a government that will just get out of the way as much as possible and just allow the things that will work to work? I mean, it's a pretty simple question with a really, really easy answer. And we just have to keep asking it, man, of people like Charlemagne and everybody else right up until November, until they all wake up. But that's just my take, man. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you haven't already, be a part of our growth. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, share the channel. I'll see you in the next one.